What is going on, everybody? It is Jay Wilson, and today we are rocking and rolling and doing some really fun stuff. And so, well, we're just going to have to jump right into it and really go over what it is we're talking about. And there's a couple of things that we are talking about, one of them being new fish, and the other being new lights and what we're going to do with those lights. And so, I don't know. There's just this thought that, when it comes to African cichlids, we need specific lights, and we really don't need specific lights. And so, I don't know. It's one of those things where I just think we overthink it. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining tonight. I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot. Leave a comment. Does the background look better? Does the lighting look better? I'm working on this stuff. And so it's one of those things that I'm taking pride in. But if you are a member, you could check out, there's some really cool stuff I posted, and I will be posting after this. And I'm always updating everyone in any way, shape, or form. But the channel is doing really good, which is pretty cool. So let's talk about new lights first. Or do you guys want to talk about new fish? That's up to you. I'm digging the lights. But I just got confirmation regarding what fish are coming tomorrow. So that's going to be really neat. Tiffany White's in the house. That's what I'm talking about. So new fish. I know folks, maybe you saw the video, but there were a couple comments that said, why are you getting new fish in a tank that looks really good already? That doesn't make any sense. And the real reason is I've got to make a change now because I don't want to do it multiple times. And I'm going to have to break some stuff down because the move is imminent, right? It's going to happen no later than August, knock on wood. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I might as well just get it done now so that they're all lovey-dovey. And then when I make the big move, we're good, right? Like, I don't want to have potential for double issues, but that's in my head. That may not be the case. So drum roll. I don't know if y'all could do a drum roll, but the drum roll is 2 Congo spotted puffers and 5 really big Congo tetras. Yes! 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 Oh, I mean, first of all, shout out to Aquarium Fish Depot in San Diego. They've got some really great fish. They've got some really cool stuff. And they had what I was looking for. So, it's I'm super pumped. They'll be here tomorrow. The weather's good. Everything is rocking and rolling for it. And I'll get those puffers in. I'll get them acclimated properly. The Congo tetras will go in. And then it'll just be super cool. I hope. Okay, so those are coming. The thought is I will be thinking about transitioning / which I did a poll on YouTube if you want to check that out. But I'm thinking about transitioning / out of his enclosure and moving him into like a pond tub. Just because the weather's warmer, everything's going well right now. And this will give me the opportunity to sell that aquarium because he's going to go into a much larger aquarium. If that makes sense. So there's just, I don't know. There's lots and lots. Hello, everyone. A greeting from Italy. Marco, my man, do me a favor. Like this stream, share it, do the whole shebang. And it'd be great. So give me some information. If you've kept any puffers? What are your recommendations? Do you have any tips or tricks? And then I'm going to jump right into lighting. And if you have questions along the way, I'll be glad to ask. You can ask your question about any lighting. And right now, I really want to focus in on freshwater lighting. We could talk about other lighting later, but I don't want to talk about like plants and Priscilla saw my puffers. She saw my puffers. Where did you see him at? Oh, Aquarium Fish Depot in San Diego. So that's actually really cool. She just said, got a Fahaka puffer. She is a beast. It's so cool. I mean, the store has so much. So I want to jump right into the lighting aspect of aquariums. And I think it's such an overthought thing. I've overthought it. You've overthought it. There's so many different you need this light. You need this light. You need this light. Okay, but why? Like, if I have just fish and I'm not growing plants, I mean, heck, if you're even just growing like easy plants, why do you need such a fancy light? So there are some really fancy lights out there, and I use some fancy lights. I've used everything from Current Beamsworks to Kessil to Fluval to the new Reef Brites that are hitting the market. I've used Current lights, although they're okay. They're good, but they're not fantastic. And I don't know. We just overthink it. Steven said, I don't overthink anything. Well, Steven, maybe you should. So the first light I do want to talk to you about is Kessil. Now, this is just a specific Kessil light, but check this out. What's up? So this is the way it would come, right? It's a specific Kessil light. Can you see that? Does it focus in on that hot rod? Boom. Kessil, looking super lush. And then you've got your shaboop. You got your dials, and then you got your inputs for Wi-Fi. Really great. Really cool puck light. Looks fantastic. Has the ability to, you take your LED piece, magnetic, and you can hang these or run them from a rod. Now, these are super cool. One, because I got to see the facility in which they do a lot of the R&D. I got to see how they do. I mean, I don't know. Can you see? Let me take this off. I'm going to try to light this if I can. But look at the LEDs. On this one, yes, it's magnified, but look at the LEDs. I'm going to try to hit it with some light because I want to show you something. I don't know if that made it worse or better. You see all those LEDs? Crazy. In that one little ditty. So this is the A360X. This will grow plants. You've got your intensity, and then you can do your color changing. They sell a couple different variations of these. They sell a blue one. They sell a refugium one. Now Kessil lights are not inexpensive. They are an upper tier, upper echelon style light. Kessil. Upside down. But these lights are so cool. And the reason why I like them is because they put off an amazing shimmer. And that shimmer looks like the ocean or a really nice lake where the water is just super crisp and it's hitting it just right. So Kessil light, really good. I use it on my saltwater tank, and I'm definitely starting with the big bucks. And I don't want to say big bucks because there's lights that are more expensive than this, much more expensive than this. And there are lights that are much more inexpensive than this, but definitely a really good light. And I like the folks at Kessil. So that plays a big thing for me. I'm the type of person where if you shown me, here, look, we'll do this. Similar products, right? Similar products. This is the way they look. This one is $50 and this one is $42. But this one comes with a much better customer service reputation, comes with a much better group of people. And I know that I can see the impact of the purchase, right? I'm paying more money, folks. And I'm doing that because it's ensuring me better customer service whenever I run into a problem. Now I'm not talking about a product I get for free, because I got this for free. Yes, I'm going to say it because that's the truth. I got this for free. Have I purchased Kessil stuff in the past? No. Have I wanted to? Yes. Why didn't I? Because I had other things that were lying around. And now that I'm starting to transition into the saltwater realm, I'm like, yeah, buddy. And so now it's time for the Kessil Freshwater. And that's what led me to the A360X. Now there's some other really cool Kessil lights that you can get for freshwater. There's smaller ones if you don't need any depth. But yes, awesome. Jay, I like this LED spotlight. What are those supports to put in the aquarium? So the supports are an arm, and you'll see these right here. You'll screw it into that arm and they can dangle like this. Now I know they sell a bar that you can put in there and it would rest the same way. You do your little toot 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 and you're good to go. Reflection on point. Next one comes the brand new, super sleek, I can't turn it around, Reef Brite. Now look at the LEDs. Much different, but that is what is running on this aquarium. Pretty fancy, right? Really good metal housing. You have two ways you could do this, and they have a true 72-inch light. What I mean by that is this little reflective piece does not encroach into the aquarium. It's literally light all the way through, and I'm serious. So I really like that. Now, there's no question that there are more LEDs in this little ditty, I don't even know what you call it, than this, but this is a much bigger spread. I don't know the actual price of this. I've been testing these lights out. They grow plants really well. They don't heat up super hot, and you can hang them with the included bracket, or you get these other brackets where they'll stand just like these ones straight across, and you can't really see them. So I really dig this light. And this is a light that you can, if you had glass lids, you could probably just rest on top, right? Easy, simple enough. You guys want to talk about more lights? Because I've got more lights if you'd like to talk about them. I mean, I can grab a bunch of different lights and we can kind of run this into a light review. But you know, I use Kessil. I use Fluval lights right now. I use Zet light. I use Reef Brite. I'm using these lights. This is something for me that I'm not going to tell you, you know, what to buy. That's silly. Yes, I can hold a product, you know, the Reef Brites. I've got XHOs for my saltwater tank. I've got all these lights that, you know, are a collaboration, or we're building something and we're doing promotions with the company I work for. There's so many different things, but at the end of the day, straight up, I will never, ever, ever tell you that I like a product that I don't believe is good. That product may turn out to suck, but I mean, and I have liked products that have sucked, and I still like products that people say suck, but I like them, and it is what it is. Have I ever used Dustin fish tank lights? No, but I would have to imagine that they're just a little bit less than the Reef Brites. The Reef Brites, I mean, you can put an inline dimmer. Matter of fact, I didn't show that, but it's got different color LEDs, and it comes with an inline dimmer. The inline dimmers for your white and yellow light, and then this is going to be for your blue and purple light. And so you just, got a little button action, and you can connect multiple together. So it's really nice. Holy paycheck killer. Stimulus. Now, not everything is super, I don't know. When people say something's expensive, that's relative. And, okay, I'll give you an example. I have a monitor right here. And my monitor is now 32 inches. That's what she said. It's really nice. But I didn't pay. It's 4K, and I'm putting this into context because it said "Holy Paycheck Killer Batman." Those lights are expensive. When I think about it, for me, it's like this monitor, 32 inches, 4K, hooked up. I love it because it gives me the ability to do a bunch of stuff, and it was under $400. A lot of folks would say it's too expensive. But did you know that there are 4K monitors at 24 inches that are like $1,500? So you have to find what works for you. And I found what works for me. There are a lot of bad reviews on it. Oh, my goodness. Quick. Totally messed up. I forgot that I was not charging my camera, which is no bueno. So now you can just hear me until this comes back on. I apologize for the slight inconvenience, but we will continue because that's what I do until this fixes itself. But yes, that's what happened. It's a black screen. I'm going to throw up a graphic. Let's just throw up a super cool graphic right now because I got I can't even, can I even do that? It's not even a light issue. It's a camera issue. Oh, I love it. I love when they're like, you should have paid. Look at this. Are we back yet? I don't even know if, whoa! So it wasn't electricity and I'm probably going to burn out, but new angle of the room. It's a new angle. Matter of fact, check this out. This is gonna, I can't really move it because, well, we're shutting this light down. I can't really move it due to the fact that there's an issue. I got a new camera and I totally forgot to plug it in while doing this. So that's pretty sweet. But anyways, what I was saying, and back to that, I hope that this doesn't cut out again because I've got it plugged to power now. But hey, we ran with it, didn't we? At the end of the day, you've got to buy what is good for your budget. You've got to buy what is right for you overall. But with that just happening, it gives me the ability to do this. I got one, right? Got one. This light is good. Here's the problem I have with desktop lights though, because we're just gonna go, I like it better with no image. You are mean. So the problem that I have with these desktop lights is the ability to put them on aquariums. So I've got this piece. Somebody said, I hate the timers on those. What timers? What timers? Oh, maybe you're talking about the fluval ones. So here's my thought on these. If this was wider, why couldn't I put 3 of these on the big aquarium? Right? It's got an arm. It looks good. Dumb that there's no button anywhere. Dumb. Battery's exhausted, folks. You're going to have to deal with this. And then I'll just have to, in the future, remember to plug this in. So somebody said they liked it better off anyways, so that's what we're going to do. So let's do this. We're going to treat this for the next, where are we at, 20 minutes? We're going to treat this for the next 20 minutes as a non-visual podcast. Jay is the type of person that no matter what happens, I don't I don't just stop. Just because there's a difficulty, we panic, right? Maybe this is an example. We panic. We're like, oh my gosh, my aquarium's leaking. Oh my gosh, my filter's leaking. Oh man, my camera goes out and it's supposed to be all over. But let's adapt, right? Let's improvise. So let's get some questions. I don't care what they are. They could be related to aquariums. They could be related to purchases. The gist of this is I got some new lights that I'm going to be using. The Kessil the A360Xs. And then I've got the Reef Brites, Luma lights. And there's just a ton of things happening at one time. And I'm getting new fish tomorrow. So that's awesome, right? It is what it is. It happens. We have problems with sound, and yeah, it's a different, what Wendy said, it's a different visual. I can play stuff. Most people would say that you shouldn't do this. So ask your questions. The real boulders are not real boulders in the aquarium that was behind me. However, there is some real rocks that are in there. And yeah, they're absolutely universal rocks, fake rocks with foam behind them, silicone to the back wall. So what other questions do you have? Because I don't want this to be just a bad deal. And I really don't want for anybody to share this video. Because it would not be good if you shared this video. So don't do that. Don't do that. It's not a good thing. But I still want to continue to provide a little bit of value for you taking your time out, right? So you think you're going to make another dart frog tank. Oh, you have no idea. There is a beautiful empty Paludarium sitting in the living room right now that I am chomping at the bits to do. And, to be real about it, I would do it right now, but I can't because I'm moving. Well, I can. I shouldn't say I can't, but I can, but I'm not going to because I got to move it. But let me tell you, it is going to be the most epic build that I have ever done because I'm so excited. And somebody just asked if I can pull the rocks out to show them. Yeah, sure. I'm doing it right now. I guess we could do some sound effects too. Somebody just asked, somebody just asked if I could, if I ever got asked to do the new Joey podcast. And the answer is no, I haven't. And that, that's okay. It is what it is. And I'm sure at some time, if it comes around, it's going to be a hoot. But I'm enjoying to see the growth and progression that folks are doing in YouTube. Palmer Aquatics, we love you. You could publish anything and we would still love you. Nah, that's an overstatement, but I'll take it. I'll take the overstatement. I don't want to. Yeah, no. So I asked above how you feel about lights that mimic sunrise, sunset, storms, moonlight. I only used my Phoenix features in the beginning, but never really saw value. What's your thoughts? So my thoughts are a lot of the stuff that we get in the aquarium industry when it comes to moonlight. I don't want to say it's gimmicky. Sunrise and sunset. Yeah, I think ramps are good. Ramping your light is amazing. And I dig it. I really, really like that. But the thunderstorms. 3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. The city's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night. Anybody know that song? The thunder rolls with your aquarium is not something that is beneficial to necessarily the fish. It's more beneficial to us. And I think that we enjoy these things, which is where we get into a lot of problems with pets in general. But it's like moonlight. The moonlight wasn't designed to be as abundant as it was, right? It was designed to be just a little bit of ambient lighting inside the aquarium because guess what, folks? Fish don't have eyelids. So they're unable to close their eyes like we do and then readjust to light, right? So that's a big thing, a really, really big thing. And so I don't think it's necessarily needed. That's where I'm going with that. But the sunset and the sunrise, it's like a ramp. So that's pretty good because you don't want to just go, you think about this. You cannot close your eyes. And the light is at its most intensified. And then it's off for like 8 hours. And then it's back on. That's not good. That's not good for anybody. That's not good for fish. That's not good for you. That's not good for me. And it could scare them and potentially harm them. What type of software am I using? Right now I am using Restream, and it does an okay job. A lot of them are clunky. So it's one of those weird things that you kind of have to get used to and play with over and over again. And I try to do this different ways. But Restream just seems to be really clean for me. Am I planning to do any aquarium shows, mainly Aquashellas? And the answer is yes. I'll actually be at Reefapalooza in May in sunny Orlando, Florida. So I would hope that if you're in Orlando and you want to come check out some really cool saltwater things, that would be great. However, if you're not in the Orlando area, I will be at some other shows. But more than likely, I will be attending every single Aquashella. It's not a promise, but more than likely, I will be. I'm thinking to myself, people are going to come on and go, what is this trash? This there's no video happening. What a weenie. And then, he's trying to do a podcast like everyone else. No, battery on the camera died. Silly mistake. Somebody asked if I liked, Elsie Aquatics did. They said, do you like fish tacos? No, I don't. I don't like fish tacos. I don't like fish. Actually, I retract that statement. I like tuna fish, but I like tuna fish in the packet. And that's pretty much it. I can tolerate some other things, but folks, I prefer beef. I prefer pork. I prefer chicken. I'm not a seafood person. And it's not because I keep fish. It's just because that's not the person I am. How does this sound? Is this like, what is it? ASMR? Listen. Moonlight was the only thing I ever used to avoid my angels eating their eggs. So besides storms, it's not the worst thing to use. Features and the rise set are great. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I like the sunrise and sunset. If someone has a 20-gallon freshwater tank, wanted to start a 20-gallon saltwater tank, how would you recommend they start? I wouldn't do coral. I'm going to be honest with you. And the reason being is I think that aquarium is just a little too small for somebody just starting out. And I just don't think that that's a great way to enjoy something, right? You're going to jump in. It's going to be a little bit difficult and you're going to have problems, especially with some coral. As far as saltwater, it's pretty easy. It's just saltwater. So if you did what they call a fowler tank, which I think silly that we just go run around saying like, oh my gosh, that person has FOMO. So I set up a fowler tank. It's pretty sweet, bruh. A fowler tank is a fish only with live rock. I mean, are we that lazy? I guess we are that lazy. So yeah, it's fish only with live rock. And I think that that's a good way for you to jump in and then, get your clownfish. And maybe that's where you add an anemone, right? Just one anemone and watch it grow and enjoy yourself. But it is going to be a little bit more expensive. And a 20-gallon, I think, is okay for a smaller pair of clownfish and an anemone. I think you'd be fine. Yeah, I get it. Fish only with live rock is a mouthful, but I mean, come on, folks. It's like, oh my goodness, that person has FOMO. Why couldn't they say that person has a fear of missing out? What? What is, I mean, why do we have to abbreviate everything? Like, what would be, I guess I have to write it out. So I'm supposed to say when somebody says, so what do you do on YouTube? So I should say, I keep fish and frogs, right? So it's going to be, yeah, I cuff a calf. Is that, I mean, why? We only use it if it works, but why do we have to have the acronym? I mean, what are some weird acronyms that people use? That's a good one. ICAF, everyone. But I mean, today, we're building the home and, Wendy's focus is making this home look good and I can give 2 flying pennies about it. I want to make sure that this fish room is litified. That's not 100% true, but I do want to make sure that that's right. But, you go in and when I'm asking questions, you get the dog that doesn't understand when you're like, oh, it's a good boy. That's a good boy. Look at you. Right? You get that. And the dog's like, the head's tilting, right? You can picture it. It's just like, huh? School? Huh? Right? It's that weird, that weird turn. And you're like, well, look out, man. It's okay that I'm asking for specific lights and specific, electricity. And I'm like, because I keep aquariums. And then they look at me and they're like, oh, yeah, that's cool. When you know that they just want to tell you that that's weird, right? And I'm like, oh, what do you do for a hobby? I collect stamps. Oh, and that's much different. So I don't know. It's a weird thing when you're building a home and you're trying to figure it all out. Hey Jay, do you have any suggestions for good stores for African cichlids in Maryland, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania? That is a spread, and absolutely. Fish Hut of New Jersey, absolutely fish. If we're talking straight freshwater, because we're talking African cichlids, I don't know where you're at, but I don't even know if Super Cichlids is even open. But I know Super Cichlids was jamming a large aquarium store. I'm sure they have a selection. And then as far as Pennsylvania goes, I'm sure there's some that I'm just missing. But New Jerusalem, man, that's my place. Just do another Jay just voices stream. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG is a really, really good one. Somebody just asked how many voices I could do. I mean, I could do voices all day long. It's actually my dream. So I have a passion of aquariums, and I have a passion for, this is funny to say, but for security, physical security, human security, personal security, international foreign diplomacy with security. And then my dream, however, is to be a voice actor. Yeah, silly, I get it, but it is a very big dream. But let's get back to WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get. And the reason why this came about, so this one makes sense for me. And here's why. WYSIWYG. I can say the picture that you are viewing, right? You're visually looking at something on the internet. You click to buy and it says WYSIWYG, right? Much easier to type, less characters because there's a lot of character counts. And that's what you see is what you get, right? So at some point that company probably has to write WYSIWYG somewhere. And you would hope that that's, learned. But yes, I can see what you're talking about in terms of WYSIWYG. Somebody said, have you ever heard or used of a product named Brightwater? Who makes it? I've heard of it. I don't know who makes it. I can tell you if the product's good or effective just based on, looking at the ingredients, because I understand a lot of chemicals now working where I worked. Everything needs to be made a catchy acronym. Yeah, right. You know who's doing these acronyms or shortening language well before it was cool? Hawaiians. It's called pidgin. I mean, I guess slang, street slang, ebonics. Is that even a thing anymore, ebonics? But, they were doing that far before people were like, GTFO, LMAO, LOL. Like, what? Okay. Hashtag, like, I get it. It's relevant, but it is what it is. So, folks, when it comes down to it, enjoy what you do. Have fun. Get what you need for your aquariums. Just because I keep what I keep, just because somebody keeps what they keep. Because, to be frank with you, I love Iron Man and the Zen Ginger. Hawaiians only have 8 consonants and 5 vowels. That makes sense. Yeah, but there's a pidgin language, right? So for something, and some of it makes sense and some of it doesn't. But like, let's say you said, hey, Zen Ginger, I was wondering if you would like to go to the mall, right? They would say, brah, you like go mall? That's it. I would say, Zen Ginger, that food was really good, like amazing. They would say, that food broke the mouth. It's vastly different. And instead of saying, hey, Zen Ginger, where are you? They would say something like, brah, where you stay? Like that is the exact way they would say it. And I know this because I've lived there for a very long time, and it became a way of life almost. It's really cool. But what I was getting at is, you got to buy what you got to buy, what fits your budget, what works. Sometimes people weigh different things when they're purchasing a product. For me, I weigh customer service, I weigh warranty, I weigh where that product is made, and I want to know the quality of the product. And, that's a very, very big thing. And if you stayed long enough, you would know that that is really a big, big thing for me, like really big. And so is me being back on camera. So when it comes down to, I love Iron Man. He drove a bunch of Audi R8s electric. I'm not going to go buy them just because he had them. And I'm not going to buy them if he told me to buy them, because it doesn't fit my needs. It doesn't fit what I want. So, when you're building an aquarium, when you're going after an aquarium, you have to do what makes you happy. You have to do what really brings light to your passion. If your passion causes you to go in debt, that's not great. So if it is a Fluval light, if it is a Reef Brite light, if it is a Kessil light, then please get it. Tell them Jay sent you. You buy a Seche pump. Get it. Tell them Jay sent you. But you got to buy, you have to do what you want to do. I know I'm back. I turned it on. There's a reason why I'm looking at the camera. I wasn't looking at the camera when I was doing the podcast style. Not sure who owns the company, but I guess it's a wastewater company. Found their way into the aquarium hobby. Not too many videos on the product. Would be really interested if you did some type of review. If I had to guess, it's heterotrophic bacteria, and it's Monster 360. If it is a wastewater company, that's what it is. It's bacteria that breaks down organic waste. That's it. Pretty simple. And the best concentration on the market is Monster 360 or 460 by Fritz Aquatics. Now, will the battery or Jay get exhausted first? It's actually, we're going to, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But where I was going with, you have to purchase what works for you. You have to weigh those options. You have to weigh what works best for you, because no one else is viewing your aquarium but you. No one, oh, it's ceramic. Then it's just biological media absorbing bacteria so that you can keep your cycle going. That's it. Send me a link, askawaywithjay@gmail.com. But, if it's me, I'm probably going to spring a few extra bucks for something that I know is going to last me. However, what I know to be true, and I'm going to call out everyone, I don't care who you are. I did it. I've done it. You do it. You do it all the time. Actually, this lighting doesn't really cast a lot of shadows. It's like 30 lights up in here. You are willing to spend lots of money on fish, plants, and possibly even an aquarium. So I'll give you a scenario. I'm going to use a voice. Somebody give me the name of somebody, where they're from, and what type of fish they keep. You can make it up. There's a video of it being ran over by a truck on Amazon. I don't care if ceramic rings are ran over by a truck. That doesn't do anything for me. But give me a person, anybody, and we'll use that person for the scenario. But the scenario would be the person is about to start in the aquarium hobby, right? They're excited. They want to get some things so that they can have some fish. And I'm not sure if there's, a specific way to do this, because there's not. But you have an idea, right? You need the aquarium, you need a light. Carl from Boston, Green Terrors. So, hey everyone, my name's Carl. I'm from Boston, and I really enjoy long walks around the pond. I like cargo shorts. And so I'm interested in some Green Terrors. And the Green Terrors are really cool. So I'm interested to know, should I get the Aquarium 90 gallon? I really like Green Terrors. And what's really cool is my buddy Frank is really into it too. So, it's nice. Now I'm really knowledgeable. I went to Harvard and I got a degree in biology, and so I went out and picked out this 90-gallon aquarium. It cost me around I think everything with the stand. It's really nice, beautiful wood. It really matches that fall look here in Boston, and I'm excited because I spent about $1,000 on this thing, and beautiful aquarium. It's really nice. I'm really struggling here because I'm not sure what type of filtration I should use. My budget for filtration is probably around $50, right? And the reason being is because I don't think you got to spend a lot of money on filtration. So I mean, I guess in hindsight, I spent $40 on these cargo shorts, and but they're really cool because they got the zipper around the knee, and so I can the pants in the wintertime, and then boom, zip it off. Cool, cargo shorts. I put my keys, I got my wallet, it's good. So I got about $50 to spend on the filtration, and then I don't know, the light. This guy Jay he's talking about Kessil. He's crazy. I'm not even going to spend that kind of money. I was thinking about, the hooligan. I saw it on Amazon, and it's pretty cheap. It's about $15. So yeah, that's how I'm going to, that's how I'm going to start my Green Terra aquarium. Again, I'm from Boston. I love cargo shorts, and now I'm really pissed because my light died, my filter died, and now my fish is dead, but I got this sweet aquarium. Instead of realizing that I could have bought better equipment instead of these crazy Eddie Bauer cargo shorts, I could have put a little bit more money into maybe filtration and skipped back on the light. Barbara from Ohio likes mollies. I don't even. Does Ohio really have any accent? I'm just gonna make Barbara like my grandmother. Hi, my name's Barbara, and I really enjoy mollies. I'm interested in getting some speckled mollies, but I have a really, really bad issue. I got everything set up, and the fish just don't seem to be really doing anything. They're breathing really heavily at the top. I bought a 5-gallon, and it cost me $22.39. It's Prime. I'm an Amazon member, and I got no support. And I need some help. I went into fish. I bought the fish online from eBay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I need help. So my thought is you get this, I don't know. You just get this mentality that you'll spend I see it in the saltwater side too. You spend $1,400 on a fish and you're like, whoa, dude, that pump is $299. I can get the Szechuan brand, okay? Because that's where yours is made. And I'm pay 50% less. And so even when it goes out, buy another one, boom. And then I think to myself, yeah, you can do that. That's the heartbeat of your aquarium. Filtration is the heartbeat of your aquarium. Why are you going to buy cheap stuff for the heartbeat of your aquarium? $17 for a 500-gallon. I love it. Yeah, I'm interested in keeping some fish. I've been doing some research on John's list. I got about $25. Anybody got a 600-gallon tank? Yeah, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, do what works for you. Enjoy what you do because that's what it's all about. I appreciate you watching. Go check out some of the other cool videos. I'm going to be filming an unboxing video for Sunday. I hope for you to check that out. It's going to be of the puffers and the tetras. I am so excited. Thank you so much to Aquarium Fish Depot, Reef Brite, Kessil, everyone that supports me. You folks means a lot. Membership, share, comment, like, do the... Did it sound like I farted? I didn't. I'm not much worried about lights. I'm thinking about the Sea Whale 500. Boom. Awesome. You can check out some of the great videos. I do. I greatly appreciate it. The idea of this channel was never to just go crazy, right? The idea is an outlet for me, and it's continued to be an outlet for me, which is why it's never really turned into a business. I've done a lot of giveaways. I've done charity work through it, and I've grown. I've gotten a job from it. I've gotten 3 jobs from it. And now this one is a career. It's awesome. I couldn't have dreamt it any differently. So, I greatly appreciate you folks. I'm just a dude I'm just a dude playing a dude who has aquariums and frogs and plants. And I love it. And you get to see me grow. You get to see everything else around me grow. And that's what it's all about, right? Like, you look at yourself from years ago in a post, in a photo, in a video, and you laugh. Why are you laughing? Is it because you realize that you were much better than what you were doing then? You were much better at whatever you were doing, but you weren't showing it, right? You show up to work every day. You sit in front of a desk. You turn a wrench. You help somebody. You stock shelves. Whatever it is you do, you should be doing it with pride, because that is a reflection. Your work is a reflection of who you are. We forget that. We're just like, nah, I'm just a cog in the wheel, guy. I'm making my 15, 10, 6, 7, 8, whatever amount of dollars it is an hour, and that's it. It's not about that. People are watching. You don't realize everybody goes, nah, I'll never catch a break. Yeah, I can say that. I have problems getting custody of my son. I can say that I never catch a break. I can say that the system is broken. I can say that everything that I do, it's against me, and I'm never going to win. And I can have that attitude, or I can take all of that energy that I would have spent on that, turn it around, bottle it up, and put it into what makes other things productive. Sounds like a good thing, right? Sounds like a far better thing to do. So if you're going to stock shelves, be the best damn stock person ever. If you're going to ring somebody out at whatever department store you work at, impact their life. You literally have the ability to impact somebody's life every day, every minute. You can change somebody's life. Let's say you're a customer service person picking up the phone. It's impact. Just because you had a crappy day doesn't mean you have to give that crappy day to everyone else. I used to run by this method that if you are having the absolute worst time at home, when you go to work, you literally have the ability to leave it outside. Let it, burn it outside, put it all over the place and light that shiz on fire. And when you walk into your place of work, you are a new person. It is a new day. It is a new moment, and you can put positive energy into it. You have so many opportunities, so much potential. Everybody that says, I don't have the same opportunity as that person. Who said that? Anybody can apply for the same job. And now we do it online, so there really is never an interview until they've gotten through all of the good stuff. So if you suck at what you do on the internet and writing and typing, then yes, you're never going to get that opportunity. But if you're the person that always says that it's never going to be me, look, I'm not going to lie. After this, I want you to go to my Instagram page. You don't have to follow it. You don't have to like anything. I want you to see where I grew up. I lived in this place twice. My parents were drug addicts. They were alcoholics. My dad died at 55 at congestive heart failure. My mom was in and out of rehabs and she's finally clean and sober. And I'm glad because now I can share things with her that I didn't think I was going to be able to share. I left for the Navy at 17 because I realized that that was the only opportunity that I had to better myself. For most people, that's not an option, right? They have to figure it out. So that was my way of figuring out, was getting away, clearing my head, and putting everything I had into it. And you know what? It wasn't easy. I didn't make a ton of money. I'm still paying for the opportunity to have my son. I started a business to change the dynamic for myself. I went through a divorce because it was better for what I needed for me, for who I was going to be, for my son in the future, for my family. I was making decisions for me. They're not easy, they're hard. It really is hard. But the idea is that doesn't have to define you. Yesterday never has to define you. What you do in the moment defines you. Every day we wake up with a new opportunity to take hold of what is there, and it is bountiful. We can COVID, we can stimulus, we could say so many things. I don't make enough money. Well, why not change what it is you're doing? You can. You just don't want to because it's hard. You know, I'm watching a home makeover show, and this is not a plug for them, but it's called McGee & Co. McGee & Co. They literally were living in California and they sold everything for a dream, for an opportunity, every piece of furniture to move to another place so that they had the ability for their dollar to go further and to open a business that they had desired because they started documenting it on Instagram. It's amazing. They have a multi-million-dollar business. They have a show now on Netflix. They have their own warehouse and design. But they gave up everything to do it. Are you ready to give up everything to make a change? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for everything. You know what's next. Holla!